Should I check if I should eat my words, like I promised in the last video? Oh boy. Let's see. 37th overall in terms of full dollar sales for May 2024. Putting it at 21st overall in the Xbox Series consoles? So bad then. Why did I open my damn mouth? Oh jeez, it's so hot in here. Oh, I might just die. Hi sisters! Hello my dearest viewer. I am slightly upset because I've just spent 40 minutes recording this video and it turns out that my audio was completely scuffed because I chose the wrong microphone to record, so now I have to re-record the entire 40 minutes. I love being stupid. So anyways, this video is slightly different from the one that I made before about Hellblade, but I felt it important to talk about the situation regarding Xbox and the studio closures that happened a couple months prior, because I am in the Xbox ecosystem. I have been using their platform for about 3 years now, maybe, and I've been using Game Pass for just as long. So if you're unaware of the situation that I'm talking about, a couple months ago, Microsoft announced that they will be shutting down 4 of their pretty big game development studios out of nowhere. Rightfully so, a lot of people were upset at them. And if you couldn't tell by the fact that I'm making this video, I was one of those people that were very upset, because the studios that were closed are the studios that I really liked. The studios that made some really great games. Arcane Austin made Prey, which was fantastic, and yes, they did make Redfall, but we will not talk about that. And they closed Tango Gameworks, which made such amazing games as The Evil Within 2, Ghostwire Tokyo, and most notably Hi-Fi Rush, which is their biggest success, I'm pretty sure, at least in the critical sphere, critical acclaim and stuff. Hi-Fi Rush is definitely their biggest success. And that situation really bothered me, and the reasons for it happening. So I decided to do some research, basically. So in this video, you will probably see clips of my first sitting, the past me, basically, because a couple days ago I decided to just switch my camera on and go on the internet and search for some articles regarding this situation, whatever I can find, and try to make sense of the situation, because from what I've seen up to that point, I couldn't understand a damn thing. And spoiler alert, I still don't. I still don't understand a damn thing, even though I've spent 45 minutes sitting in front of my computer reading articles. It's fine, we'll get through it. So the main question that I needed an answer to was why? Okay, let's see. Let's address the recent closure of a number of studios. Microsoft's gaming business, insisting he has to make hard decisions to run a sustainable business. But why? What kind of decision? What caused these decisions to be there? And why did this happen? Why did the studios need to be closed? And most importantly, why are all the Xbox heads are giving such evasive and inconclusive responses to this situation? A few days after the layoffs, Xbox President Sarah Bond was asked about them at a Bloomberg conference, where she insisted the Xbox business remains healthy for the long term during what she called this moment of transition. Transition to what? What are we transitioning to? So many vague phrasings here, but no concrete anything. Not even evidence. There's nothing concrete here. So if you are online enough to have seen the public response to this, you will know that people were very, very, very upset. And honestly, they have every right to be. Because the studios that were closed are held in such high regard in the gaming community, especially Tango. Tango is probably the one that hurt people the most. You know, the most baffling is probably Tango Gameworks. Because not only did they create Hi-Fi Rush, which is like one of the best games of 2023, but it was also like, I don't really know about like marketing and all that business stuff, but weren't Tango Gameworks basically like Microsoft's only Eastern studio? Like, I know Xbox isn't doing very well in like Japan and some other countries on the East, but like Tango was their ticket to that market, wasn't it? And they just closed it down? I am so confused by everything that I'm reading. Booty did not specify why Tango Gameworks was shut down, but still praised Hi-Fi Rush. So it's like, it's so hypocritical. You praise Tango, you praise Hi-Fi Rush, and then you close them, and you do not specify? What? And seeing that all of the Xbox heads are not giving a clear response for why the studios had to be closed is aggravating, to say the least. To be fair, the lack of transparency is basically the reason I am making this video. Well, one of the reasons. Obviously, I'm not very knowledgeable. Knowledgeable? What? Obviously, I'm not very knowledgeable on the industry, how it works behind the scenes and stuff, so that was one of the reasons I made this video, because I wanted to learn more. I wanted to learn how these decisions and how these processes happen behind the scenes. But guess what? I did not learn a damn thing, because there's nothing to learn from. Because everything I've seen was basically, there are decisions that need to be made in this industry that no one will be happy about, or something along those lines. And as you can probably understand, that didn't tell me much about the industry and how it works. So, guess I'll go put on my clown hat and, I don't know, perform in a circus or something. While I was researching, there were a couple of theories that were going around as to why this had to be done. And one of the most popular ones is the theory that Microsoft just basically ran out of money. Well, ran out of money is not quite what I want to say, but they suffered a huge financial loss by purchasing Activision Blizzard, and pretty understandable. It was $70 billion or something like that. And many people believe that this purchase has led to certain financial difficulties inside Xbox and its gaming studios management. And while I tend to agree with that, it seems to be the most rational explanation for this situation. None of the Xbox heads have confirmed that. And you would think, like, just say so. Like, yes, we bought a studio, so now we are trying to streamline our finances. Just say that. Like, people are still going to be disappointed, for sure, but at least you gave us a reason why that happened, and we have a legitimate... What is going on with me? And we have a legitimate reason to dislike you now. Okay, that's really mean, but am I wrong? However, that's not the theory that unnerved me the most. There is another theory that really upset me. Probably that's the word I'm looking for. Disappointed as well. Now, I want to reiterate that it is a theory, it's not confirmed, and we can't know for sure if it's true or not. There is a theory going around that Microsoft closed these studios instead of selling them or just, giving them away, if that's even the thing in the industry, because they didn't want the IPs to fall in the hands of other companies. Oh, this article from The Gamer actually poses a different question. The article is called "The Real Reason Your Favorite Game Studios Are Getting Closed Instead of Sold." Microsoft's decision to close down Tango Gameworks, Arcane Austin, and other game studios is largely motivated by the desire to keep IPs. Shutting down studios ensures those studios can't work for Microsoft's competition? Shutting down studios ensures those studios can't work from Microsoft's competition? If that is the case, that is so low. That's actually disgusting if that's the reason, allegedly. We're gonna start throwing the A word. I understand that tactic from a marketing perspective, but that's such a cold tactic, I would say. And especially for a company that's built its strategy in the recent years around being for the players, gaming for everyone, IPs for everyone. And if that theory is correct, it flies in the face of that strategy pretty hardcore. And like I said, it is a theory, but it's not impossible. It's not that it can't be true. It can be. But we will never know because we are not getting a proper response from anyone. I'm so upset just by the possibility that this is the reason to close studios. Like, they've been making amazing games, and you want to shut them down just so they don't make these amazing games under someone else? And that's the company that has billions of dollars, by the way. You know what? Fine. This is where past me signs off. Goodbye. I'm leaving you with present me, future me, whatever, whenever I feel. My brain is so upset. Hello, future me. Good luck making sense of all this and making this into a video that is worth watching. Bye. Speaking of Microsoft's stratagem, they've poured so much money and so much effort into this new direction of their company because obviously they understand that they lost the console war, if you want to call it that, to Sony and their PlayStation system ever since Xbox One, pretty much. So now they changed their strategy to being more accessible, creating Game Pass, and I know there's a lot of discussion surrounding Game Pass, how it operates, and is it actually good for the industry. But from a consumer's perspective, Game Pass is good. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's bad to say it, but as a consumer, I enjoy Game Pass a lot. It's provided me with a lot of games, a lot of day one releases as well. One of my favorite and unforgettable Game Pass releases is Persona 3 Reload, because Persona 3 is my favorite Persona, and I really wanted to play the remake. And as soon as I found out it was in Game Pass day one, I was over the moon with happiness. And you might be asking, why are you talking about Game Pass? What does it have to do with the situation you're talking about? Isn't this video about the studio closures? Well, it was. It was about the studio closures and just that. Until a couple of days ago. So at the moment I'm recording this, which is July 18th. A couple of days ago, maybe, I don't really remember when, but the news broke out that Microsoft would be raising the price tag for Game Pass subscriptions and making some new tiers, adding some new tiers to it, rather. And you might be thinking, yeah, that's just what happens. Stuff gets expensive, so what about it? Well, there is an article that I found. I'll try to find it again. God damn it, I really need to start saving articles that I find for future reference. It's fine. There was an article that I found, and it reminded rather, that during the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, Microsoft promised to regulators that Game Pass prices will not be raised in response to this purchase. So they were saying that yes, we will spend a lot of money on Activision Blizzard, a ton of money to be fair, $70 billion, but the prices for Game Pass will remain the same. And surprise, surprise, they lied. Game Pass prices have been raised, and another promise has been broken. And what exactly does that tell us? Well, the main thing that I took away from this is that the public trust in Microsoft has been damaged hard, and rightfully so. It should be damaged as hard. It should be damaged as hard as it is, if not harder. There is one thing that I forgot to mention. I did find an article that kind of explains why that had to be done, why the studios closed, and it said something along the lines of it was getting hard to financially manage a studio that has like 9 subdivisions all across the world. But dearest Xbox management, please tell me whose fault is that it's getting financially difficult to manage a studio. I'll give you some time to think. And I'll give you some time to think whether or not a $70 billion purchase could have contributed to that financial difficulty. What are we thinking? Would you like to sound your answer? We're listening. Oh, that's right. You're not saying anything. How convenient for you. As you can see, I'm a bit salty. Maybe not a bit, maybe a lot salty about this. So to slightly conclude this video, I know that this was probably a nothing burger because there's nothing to work with. I kept saying I researched this, I looked at that, but there was nothing to research. There was nothing to look at. There was only speculations, theories, and suggestions. There wasn't an official response to work with here. So I will try to make this into a video with editing and stuff. Maybe some additional articles that I'll find. But so far, yeah, I feel like I haven't really made a video. Even though I did. I sat down and recorded it. But I still feel like I haven't done anything because there's nothing to work with here. Anyways, I got sidetracked. To conclude the video, I feel like what I'm getting at is we really need more transparency. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that this can be applied not just to the gaming industry. It's pretty much applied to any industry at all. Transparency is key to building a trustworthy relationship with your customers, with your audience, with your whatever you want to call them. Transparency is what will get you in your audience's good graces. At least I feel like that's the case. I don't know if you agree with me. Put it in the comments if you agree or not. But I feel like even if you did something bad... What the f*** am I saying? And clearly, we are not getting that transparency in this particular situation. Now, maybe I missed something. Maybe I did. I'm not very good at searching for information. I try to be, and I will continue to improve in that field, but so far, not really great at it. But so if you have any information, if you have anything to add, maybe I missed something, maybe there's crucial evidence that I failed to notice, please put it in the comments and we will discuss it together. Maybe we will get to the bottom of this together. And yes, those were pretty much the closing thoughts that I had. I just wish we had more transparency in the gaming industry and in every industry, to be fair, because transparency is key to everything. Maybe not. So yes, I guess that concludes the video. If you have any other topics like this that I can research, that I can learn about and make a video on, please put it in the comments. I will gladly be looking through suggestions on stuff that I can do. I obviously have ideas for my next videos,